for some reason that, the topic of Israel is a very, I don't know, Candace, have you noticed it's a little bit of a hot button issue?
Yes, and that's
Gets
why I
people
was
in
like,
trouble.
I was very happy to have you guys back, because I just feel like we've had productive discussions, and I want to just really commend Ami, because he's coming into this knowing that first and foremost, I tend to agree more with Dave Smith, and he was still willing to do it. And here's what I always say. In terms of any person who's pro-Israel, I respect the people the most that will get out there and debate their ideas. It is like the reason why I respect Dennis Prager, even though I had disagreements with him. He will go out there and he will actually debate what he believes. It's the people that won't debate what they believe that you should never listen to.
That's why I respect Ben Shapiro so much.
I'm glazing the heck out of Dave Smith for this debate. So you guys are going to see some behind the scenes taping, and that's fine. And
things have gotten so bad that this death cult has kind of like risen up. And I do think they just want to destroy Israel more than they even want something for their own people. They're clearly very willing to sacrifice their own people, and it's terrible. At the same time, because I don't solely put myself in Israel's shoes, I can just go, look, I got 2 little kids. And if someone ever did anything to one of those kids, there is no level of evil that I wouldn't stoop to. I mean, like, I am capable of doing very, very evil things if anyone ever hurt one of my little kids.
So what's up, y'all? So this is Dave Smith talking about the Israel-Gaza situation. I like to call it a massacre, but you can call it what you want. But, this debate was very, very good. And Dave Smith is basically talking about the position of the Palestinians and like what's happened to them and how they feel, that was pretty much his position in this debate. And there were a lot of things that were said in a very balanced way. I do think, and I don't care that I know that I'm biased, that Ami could have learned a little bit more from Dave Smith. But the fact is, Ami didn't come there to learn. But Dave Smith even calls out Ben Shapiro by name, which I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. So let's get into it.
I mean, like, I could do something to the kids of the person who did that to me. I could go to very, very dark places. And so, yes, basically, this conflict has gotten so bad on both sides that the Palestinians are stuck, as Daryl Cooper put it, who's one of the best minds on this topic, by the way. Hamas essentially celebrates losing. It's like a sick death cult, but this didn't arise out of nowhere. And I'll say just 2 things I want to say very quickly. Okay, number one, I reject all foreign aid. If I could only cut foreign aid to one country, it would be Israel.
Let me pause him right there. And number one, guys, please, if you guys do like these videos, don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and the notification bell. I do thank everybody who watches. And let me just say real quick to remind everybody, Dave Smith is Jewish. It matters. Okay. Let me just respect the fact that this does matter, that he is Jewish. And you heard what he just said.
Israel is the first one that should go. Number one, because it's received the most of it. But number 2, as you almost as you kind of admitted there, we have the same enemies, right? Why do we have the same enemies? Okay, is because we inherit all of Israel's enemies. Benjamin Netanyahu came over to the United States of America in 2002 and testified before Congress as a regional expert. And you know what he said, Candace? You'll never believe it. If you overthrow Saddam Hussein, democracy will sweep the region. So I highly recommend that you go fight a war with Iraq, who, by the way, the neocons, essentially the Likud vanguard in America, had been planning overthrowing Saddam Hussein with Benjamin Netanyahu since the 90s. You can go read A Clean Break, the memo from Richard Pearl and David Wormser to Benjamin Netanyahu about their plan for overthrowing Saddam Hussein.
This is a true American patriot here. I always want to give Dave Smith the respect that he deserves, because he's saying a lot. He's talking about the Likud being in America, who's writing this clean break memo. You have people who want to call themselves America first and we care about America, but they will make constant excuses for this unholy alliance that we have with Israel. Now is the time, guys. If you care about your soldiers, fine. You don't care about a single person in the Middle East. I'm not going to beg you to care about Palestinians and none of that. But if you say, I live here and I care about American soldiers, why wouldn't you at least kind of like look at this thing and ask, why have we been in the Middle East so much? There is actual written record, the clean break memo, or you can listen to General Wesley Clark, who tells you we've had the 7 countries already on a list. We just come up with reasons when we have, especially when we have good soldiers, to make everything look like a nail to a hammer, to do regime change and all of that. Iran is the last one on the list. And I'm not trying to make this a geopolitical thing. I'm trying to tell you that Iran is the last one on the list, and don't think that they're not still coming for Iran. And it's not patriotic to say, yeah, we're just going to go take down Iran because they're going to bring Sharia law over here. This playbook has to stop working on Americans, where they keep telling you that Putin is going to come take over America. Khomeini, no, he died already. The Iranian IRGC is going to come take over America. Xi Jinping is going to come take. Guys, we're already being destroyed from within. It's time that Americans wake up. And I thank Dave Smith for being a true American to speak on this stuff, regardless of the fact that he's Jewish. And it's a shame, because that's like I have to say that. I hate that I have to say. I really hate identity politics, especially as a Black woman. I just did it, but I have to give him his respect.
Israel overthrowing Saddam Hussein, of course. The United States of America overthrowing Saddam Hussein on behalf of Israel. Also, in that same congressional hearing testimony, Benjamin Netanyahu advocated that the U.S. preemptively attack Iran. Coincidentally. Now, we do have all the same enemies. Look, let me just say this, and I'll finish on this. All of there's nothing unique about Jews or Israel in terms of the evil stuff that their government's done. I think that the way they founded the country involved violating a lot of people's property rights. I think they've killed a whole bunch of innocent people. Nothing I wouldn't say about my own government as well, you know, and it's true for lots of governments around the world. Throughout human history, there has been atrocities, genocides, ethnic cleansing campaigns, slavery, all types of horrible things. And at every single point, there were people who would rationalize it, because that's what human beings do. We play tricks on ourselves. We're very capable of coming up with good rationalized arguments. What Israel is doing to Gaza right now is simply evil. It is inexcusable. It's been going on for 8 months. Forget the health ministry's numbers. When this thing is all over, it's going to result in hundreds of thousands of deaths and displacements. It's going to ruin lives for generations, and it should stop. All you really need to do is look at some of the images of what's going on in Gaza right now. The only question that should matter is, do you absolutely have to do this? Does this have to happen? Could you stop? Is there any other way? And as soon as you start asking that question, you'll realize that, yeah, there actually could be a lot of other ways to handle this. And I do want to also say, I really do appreciate the spirit of this debate. I know that, you know, we're both pretty passionate about it, but a lot of for some reason that, you know, the topic of Israel is a very, I don't know, Candace, have you noticed it's a little bit of a hot button issue?
Yes, and that's why I was like, I was very happy to have you guys back, because I just feel like we've had productive discussions, and I want to just really commend Ami, because he's coming into this knowing that, first and foremost, I tend to agree more with Dave Smith, and he was still willing to do it. And here's what I always say. In terms of any person who's pro-Israel, I respect the people the most that will get out there and debate their ideas. It is like the reason why I respect Dennis Prager, even though I had disagreements with him. He will go out there and he will actually debate what he believes. It's the people that won't debate what they believe that you should never listen to.
That's why I respect Ben Shapiro so much. Oh, wait.
We should... These comedians are just telling a joke. And the last thing that I want to say,
and she had to stop that because you know, obviously she's been gagged, and obviously, you know, Candace can't really get into it because she's been silenced by Ben Shapiro on the Daily Wire about, you know, their relationship and everything that's happened between them, which is a shame, right? Because the public should be able to know, like, yo, what really does go down at the Daily Wire. And I think it's kind of like, I mean, what is the word? I don't want to say gay, but I mean, like, I guess, yeah, I can say like gay, because like, why would you gag that? You know what I mean? Like, what is the big deal? Like, you know, let her speak. Why would you silence her? This freedom of speech platform, right? But Dave Smith says a lot, and the thing is, again, Americans, man, we are being used for the what can I say? Like, just for other nations, we're constantly being used. We get a bad deal. We get a bad deal with our taxes, and we get a bad deal with our soldiers. And I'm not into it. But just to come back to some of these comments, because sometimes it's just a little faster to do it like this. Somebody says Ben is smarter than all three put together. I mean, that's just like, I mean, okay, like that's what's up. We're gonna give you a little heart. Thank you for watching, because we're not even gonna pretend. That's like, come on, man. So for watching, why won't he debate them? Watching, why won't he debate them? Right? Like, I mean, I think that's a good enough question, right? So somebody says Ben Shapiro didn't get smashed by anything here. Ben Shapiro wasn't there speaking in response to any of this. I can win any argument with somebody that's not there. You're right, but Ben is afraid to debate. You are right, but Ben won't debate, and he won't. Like, I mean, and that's just known. Okay, somebody called me boring. I really don't care. Oh, thank you. William was in the chat. It says, I'm doing a great job. Thank you so much. Ben needs to be canceled. And look, I don't want Ben canceled. Calm down, Billy Madison. We don't want Ben to be canceled. Calm down. Because the thing is, when you're people will show themselves, right? And look, I'm not going to sit here and act like Ben Shapiro was like the worst thing ever for conservatism. No. But the omission of truth feels like betrayal to me. Ben Shapiro was on his show saying that the AIPAC lobby is a good thing. This lobby has been one of the many reasons why we've gone into wars that we did not need to go to. 20 years, trillions of dollars spent to replace the Taliban with the Taliban, and soldiers dead, innocents killed, soldiers brought back broken. What are we doing here as a country? It doesn't make sense. Somebody says, do I ever stop talking the video? No, I don't. But you get a heart. Candace. You know what? I'm sick of religion and its impact on humanity. We've been applying religion to, oh, Lord, Jason. We've been applying religion to our problems for thousands of years. And where has it gotten us? I'll tell you where exactly it's gotten us. It is shut down science, shut down any dissenter that disagrees, shuts down people of their own sect who may be different view than those of the mainstream. It commits genocide on grand scales. And it's constantly starting wars such as the one we're looking at now. It's time to stop using religion by any means of solving problems. If it hasn't worked in thousands of years, it isn't going to work now. That's the mark of insanity. It's time to start actually reading those books and learning the true etymologies of the keywords in the Abrahamic text. Nowhere does it speak of God. The word used for glory, agreed by all experts, does not mean glory. Oh, Jesus Christ. It clearly describes something that hovers, fouls, and occasionally takes on passengers. But this is what I'm saying. It's all a lie, every bit of it. We're not meant to contemplate God, or God would have stapled the instructions to our butts at birth. There's an instructions in the Bible. The whole point being here is to experience the evil so that we learn. But what has that done? We, you know, for we don't learn anything any other way. Is why our souls come here. It's the universe learning through every one of us about itself. Now, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna give this person a heart, and I do appreciate them for watching. I'm just gonna say, look out for my next video about Candace and Dave and Ben. The reply will be there. Reply will be in it, because this person took time out to write a bunch of stuff, although I'm not going to write back a dissertation. Like, I'm just not going to do it. But the thing is, what we need to understand, though, is like, look, this person says, oh, well, you know, we've not done anything different by talking about religion. But I don't think that we talk about religion really to its full extent. You know, religion has been watered down, but it's not about religion. It's just even about the spirituality. Like, to think that you're just made out of nothing and then your soul just attaches to a nothing or whatever. Like, no, this is why we have a lot of problems in this world today, where people try to connect to weird things like being binary, or I'm a man and girl, a boy, fox at the same time, and all of this confusion, because they think that they are nothing. And that's why this fake freedom is given to them. Right. So anyway, coming back to it, it's like, okay, well, we learn from evil, but we keep running the same playbook. What's happening in Russia today with this Ukraine proxy war is World War II by the propaganda. I'm not going to go any further than that for right now. The Middle East, they play the same propaganda all the time. Jihad, jihad. That's all you hear. Jihad. We have to stop jihad. They did this in the early 2000s. So even that, by that metric, it doesn't work. Like to say that we're learning, I don't think that we're learning. I think that we're replaying the same things over and over and over again. And it is really getting tired. And I'm sure it's tired for this person to see it too. But I do appreciate the long form comment. And I hope that they do watch and see that I did give them some respect and answered back. And I think that I'll be doing more of that too.